Victims all women, their lives tragically cut short in a whirlwind of violence. A woman whose life was tragically cut short, her murder a gruesome spectacle that shocked even. Strange occurrences plagued the farmstead. Footsteps in the... Welcome to our countdown of the top 5 most mysterious unsolved crimes in history. Throughout human history, the thirst for answers has driven us to explore the unknown, to venture into the deepest jungles and scale the highest peaks. But some mysteries hit closer to home, lurking in the shadows of our civilizations. These cases have baffled investigators and intrigued the public for years, leaving behind a trail of questions that echo through time. Join me now as we journey into the annals of history, carefully uncovering the details of each unsolved case. We will examine the evidence, analyze the theories, and delve into the minds of those who sought to unravel these perplexing puzzles. From the fog-choked streets of Victorian London to the sun-drenched beaches of Australia, we will trace the footsteps of both victims and investigators, seeking to understand the events that transpired and the mysteries that remain. These are stories of human lives cut short, of investigations that ran cold, and of the enduring power of the unknown. They remind us of the fragility of life, the complexities of the human psyche, and the limits of our understanding. The autumn of 1888. London, a city shrouded in fog and whispered fears. The cobbled streets of Whitechapel become a hunting ground, a stage for a series of gruesome murders that would grip the world's imagination. The victims, all women, their lives tragically cut short in a whirlwind of violence. The killer, a shadowy figure known only as Jack the Ripper. His reign of terror, though brief, left an indelible mark on the human psyche. The precision of his attacks, the chilling brutality, and the audacity of his crimes shocked even the most hardened police officers. Each murder, a macabre spectacle, the details too gruesome to ignore. The press, hungry for news, devoured every detail, fueling the public's morbid fascination. The Ripper, a phantom, moved through the fog-choked streets, seemingly untouchable. Theories abound, whispered in hushed tones, but the killer's true identity remains elusive. Was he a doctor, his anatomical knowledge evident in the mutilations, or perhaps a butcher, accustomed to the tools of death? Despite the efforts of Scotland Yard, the Ripper vanished into the fog as quickly as he had appeared, leaving behind a city forever scarred and a mystery that continues to captivate and horrify. He became a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of civilization. His crimes etched into the fabric of history, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of the unknown. The mystery of Jack the Ripper, a puzzle yet to be solved. A shadowy figure who continues to haunt the streets of London in our collective memory. The late 1960s, a time of social upheaval and cultural revolution, but in Northern California, a different kind of revolution was brewing, one marked by fear and uncertainty. This was the era of the Zodiac Killer, a shadowy figure who terrorized the San Francisco Bay Area. His reign of terror, a chilling reminder that darkness can lurk even in the most idyllic of settings. Unlike Jack the Ripper, the Zodiac craved recognition, a twisted desire for notoriety. He communicated with the authorities, sending cryptic messages to newspapers, each one a tantalizing piece of a puzzle that no one could solve. His letters, filled with ciphers and strange symbols, were a macabre game of cat and mouse, taunting the police and the public alike. He claimed responsibility for a series of brutal attacks, each one meticulously planned and executed. Young couples enjoying a romantic evening suddenly found themselves facing their own mortality. The Zodiac, a phantom in the night, striking without warning, leaving behind a trail of terror and unanswered questions. Despite the best efforts of law enforcement, the Zodiac's identity remained a mystery. The ciphers, a source of endless fascination, yielded few clues. The case went cold, the killer vanished, leaving behind a legacy of fear and a mystery that continues to baffle to this day. The Zodiac Killer, a chilling example of the power of the unknown, a reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. His crimes, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the dark side of human nature. 1947, Hollywood, California, a land of dreams, a place where aspirations soared and stars were born. But beneath the glitz and glamour, a darkness lurked, a chilling reminder that even in the City of Angels, evil could cast a long shadow. This is the story of Elizabeth Short, forever known as the Black Dahlia, a young woman whose life was tragically cut short, her murder a gruesome spectacle that shocked even the most hardened. Elizabeth, an aspiring actress, arrived in Hollywood with stars in her eyes, eager to make her mark on the silver screen. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. Her lifeless body, discovered in a vacant lot, was a scene of unspeakable brutality. Her killer had gone to extraordinary lengths. Her body posed, her face disfigured in a grotesque parody of a smile. The city, accustomed to the scandals of the silver screen, was shaken to its core. The press, sensing a story that would captivate the nation, descended upon the case. Theories abounded, whispered in hushed tones in smoke-filled bars and on studio backlots. Was Elizabeth the victim of a jealous lover, her beauty a curse that ultimately led to her demise? Or was she the target of a deranged fan obsessed with her fleeting fame? Despite the efforts of the LAPD, the killer was never found. The Black Dahlia case, a dark stain on the fabric of Hollywood history, became synonymous with the city's underbelly, a chilling reminder that even in the land of dreams, nightmares could come true. Australia, 1966, a nation on the brink of change, yet still clinging to the innocence of a simpler time. But in the seaside suburb of Glenelg, a chilling event would shatter the peace, a mystery that would grip the nation and echo through the decades. This is the story of the Beaumont children, 3 siblings who vanished on a bright summer day. Their disappearance a haunting reminder that even in paradise, darkness can lurk just around the corner. Jane, Anna, and Grant Beaumont, 3 bright-eyed children, set off for a day of fun at the beach, their laughter echoing in the summer air. Their parents, trusting souls, never imagined that this ordinary day would end in unimaginable heartbreak. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the sand, the children failed to return. Panic set in. A frantic search ensued, but the children had vanished without a trace. Witnesses came forward, their memories fragmented, offering tantalizing clues but no concrete answers. A man seen interacting with the children, his face etched in memory but his identity a mystery. A sighting at a nearby shop, a fleeting glimpse of the children, their faces etched with a strange calmness. The disappearance of the Beaumont children sent shockwaves through Australia and beyond. Theories abounded, each more outlandish than the last. Were they abducted by a stranger, their lives tragically cut short, or did they perhaps wander off, lost and disoriented, their fate a cruel twist of fate? 1922, Germany, a nation still reeling from the aftermath of war, its people struggling to rebuild their lives. But in the remote Bavarian countryside, a different kind of darkness was unfolding. A chilling tale of violence and mystery that would shock even the most hardened. This is the story of the Hinterkaifeck murders, a gruesome crime that claimed the lives of an entire family, their deaths a haunting reminder that evil can touch even the most isolated corners of the world. The Hinterkaifeck farmstead, a place of hard work and simple living, stood alone amidst the rolling hills. The Gruber family, hard-working and respected, seemed to live a life untouched by the turmoil of the outside world. But beneath the surface, a sinister plot was brewing, one that would culminate in an unspeakable act of violence. Days before the murders, strange occurrences plagued the farmstead. Footsteps in the attic, the sound of someone moving about when no one should be there. The family dog, usually a friendly presence, became agitated, barking at unseen intruders. A sense of unease settled over the farmstead, a premonition of the horror that was to come. On a cold March evening, the unthinkable happened. The entire Gruber family, along with their maid, were brutally murdered, their bodies discovered in the barn. A scene of unimaginable carnage. The killer, it seemed, had known the layout of the farm, had stalked their victims with a chilling familiarity. Thanks for joining us on this journey through some of history's most perplexing unsolved crimes. We've travelled from the fog-choked streets of London to the sun-drenched beaches of Australia, From the glitz and glamour of Hollywood to the quiet isolation of the Bavarian countryside, all in pursuit of answers to questions that have haunted generations. These cases, each unique in its own right, share a common thread. They remind us of the fragility of life, the darkness that can lurk in the shadows, and the limits of our understanding. They challenge us to confront the unknown, to grapple with the possibility that some mysteries may never be solved. But perhaps that is the enduring power of these unsolved crimes. They force us to think, to question, to consider the countless possibilities. They remind us that the world is a complex and often unpredictable place, where answers are not always easy to come by.